How high can Pepe really go in this cycle? Well, a lot of people are anticipating a $1 price prediction, and I don't know if that's really possible, because if Pepe does go to $1, the market cap would have to be $420 trillion, which is way above the market cap of Bitcoin. That means it would have to be approximately 400 times bigger than the market cap of Bitcoin. Is that possible? I don't know. I'm not so sure, but there is still a lot of upside in the Pepe. I think that we could see a 10x, maybe a 20x, or even a 30x price prediction from here. I do think that Pepe could reach a $90 billion market cap in the next bull market or in the next super cycle. I do think right now we are in a bull market. I mean, we could see Bitcoin went literally from $20,000 to $28,000 all the way to $71,000, consolidating right now, which are taking altcoins a little bit, shaky, a little bit to the downside. So we're going to be having a look at Pepe real quick. So this is Pepe right here, as you guys can see. Pepe, the most memeable meme coin in existence. The dog have had their day. It's time for Pepe to take the region. So first of all, something that I do want to talk about, guys, is that Pepe is listed on a bunch of centralized exchanges such as Binance, Crypto.com, Gemini, HTX, Bybit, OKX, this is the positive news. Okay, obviously we know as well that Pepe is sitting at a market cap at $3.5 billion, which is of course, I mean, crazy and fantastic, right? If we have a look right here, Pepe is tired of watching everyone play hot potato with endless derivative Shiba, GME, Elon Musk turbos. This is actually new. I don't remember this, but this is actually really funny. Everyone is making meme coins nowadays, and they want to make something that's obviously for the long term. So having a look at the total supply, this is where I was talking in the beginning of the video, 420 trillion, 690 billion tokens. That is a lot. Obviously, there's no taxes, no BS, no anything like that. So we're going to have to see what Pepe can come up with in the near future, if they're going to be doing some sort of like Pepe swap, or maybe something like Shiba Inu or Bone or something like that. It's going to be very interesting to see if Pepe can pretty much do something like that. You could obviously bridge, you could do anything about it, but obviously it's going to be interesting in the very near future to see where this can potentially go. So like I said, guys, market cap sitting at $3.5 billion. The 24-hour traded volume is right below $1 billion, which is actually pretty darn good in my opinion. And pretty much that's about it. So if we have a look at the last 7 days, Pepe had a nice little rally all the way to 97, which is of course pretty good. If we have a look at the all-time high in terms of market cap, we were sitting right here right below $7 billion before getting rejected. And the big question is, will Pepe go to that 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion dollar? I do think that we could definitely 10x and go to $30 billion market cap from here, which is still pretty good. Don't get me wrong, 10x is fantastic. I mean, if you invest in Bitcoin, you're not going to get 10x within the next like year or 2 years. With Pepe, the chances are way higher to do so. So if we have a look at this chart, guys, you could see that Pepe, obviously, I mean, let me just take away this thing real quick. Okay, so this is one of the indicators, but we could see that Pepe is in this long channel on the daily time frame. Okay, it's been bouncing up and down in this channel right here, and in this channel right here that we're seeing a bunch of other channels inside that big channel right here. And the big question is, when will Pepe break out not only of this channel right here, but of course on the long channel. Okay, so this is the long-term channel, which Pepe has been around since March 6, 2024. So not so long, but it's been a little bit or close to 6 months that Pepe has pretty much been in this channel for. We've been bouncing up and down, and the big question is, are we going to see a breakdown to the downside or a break to the upside first? So in order to see a break or come back to the top of this channel or the resistance, we're going to have to see a break of this support. That's number one. Let's turn back to this indicator real quick. This indicator does show a lot of shorts, longs, whatever you want to call it. So you could see right here, it's pretty smart, pretty self-explanatory to pretty much sell right here the top of the channel. Let me move this, sell the top of the channel, buy the bottom of the channel right here, and you could be making a lot of money with this indicator. The link will be in the description below. It's called MTX ALGO. You can get up to 40% off if you do sign up with my link in the description below. And pretty much that's about it. You guys can see right here that it's pretty self-explanatory. Now you could obviously go with this indicator, you know, way lower than that as well. As you guys can see, we did have a nice little short signal right here on Pepe. Now obviously on the long term I am, you know, pretty bullish, but if you're like me and you took this short right here, you know, you would have been up 14%. So you could be playing both sides. Obviously it's up to you, or you could be a long-term holder of Pepe, which is completely okay as well. So Pepe, guys, overall is looking good. I mean, if they do end up having their, you know, their own blockchain, which I think they do, but I don't know if it's active, but assuming they do, and they, you know, something like Shiba Inu, something like that, we could see massive gains on Pepe essentially. So overall, guys, if I do take out this indicator right here that it's called the exponential moving average, we could see that every time we are pretty much below these exponential moving average, we're pretty much bearish. Every time we're above it, we're bullish. So we could see right here we were bullish right here, we came below it, we were bearish, then we broke above it, and this acts as a support on Pepe right here. And pretty much when we broke below these EMA ribbons, once again we became bearish, came back up, and now we're getting rejected by these exponential moving average. If we have a look on the weekly time frame, on the longer time frame, we could see that Pepe has been holding these exponential moving average pretty well. I mean, ever since we broke above it right here in February 5th 2024, we could see that every time we came back below, we've been getting rejected by the support on these EMA ribbons. So things are obviously looking pretty darn good for Pepe Inu right here. Pepe, just Pepe, right? Pepe VIP, whatever you want to call it. Make meme coins great again. So pretty much that's what's happening right now. Another thing I want to talk about that's pretty important, guys, is one of my favorite indicators out there is the stochastic RSI. Now stochastic RSI pretty much tells you if something is pretty much oversold, overbought, what's the sentiment of the market, and we could see right here that the stochastic RSI are pretty much oversold. Now historically, every time these RSIs become oversold, especially on the weekly time frame, we usually see a massive upward momentum. The last time we were oversold like that was probably you know, February 5th 2024. Not probably, it was February 5th 2024. And guess what happened to Pepe? Pepe skyrocketed. I mean, absolutely exploded. 10x, yes, 10x, 1000% to the all-time high, 1900%. So it exploded 20x literally in the past 9 months, or 8 months I should say. So yes, that's a lot of money. I mean, if you would have put in $1,000, you would have made $20,000. If you would have put in $10,000, you would have made $200,000. And I'm talking about, you know, something with high liquid. Okay, so Pepe is very high in liquidity. It has money to pretty much execute these trades, and that's about it. So what is my price prediction for Pepe overall? I do think that because of the stochastic RSI, because we are oversold, I do think that we're going to see a 10x from here. And if I actually do this, this would bring us all the way up to a you know, quadruple 093 price. Okay, this would be our price target for Pepe. Now the reason why I'm saying this is because, first of all, look at this right here. Look at this. I mean, stochastic RSI are oversold. Number two, we're getting a bounce off the, you know, EMA ribbon. Number three, if Pepe breaks this resistance right here, we could see a massive pump to the upside. So there's a lot of indicators right now that are telling us to long this crypto. Now, of course, you could put $1,000 and do 20x leverage, right? And then, you know, have some margin on the side, and then you could see this pretty much flying to the freaking stratosphere. Okay, so obviously you could still make money with leverage on Pepe, or you can make money with spot if you are using a lot of money. That is up to you. At the end of the day, if you guys do like this video, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like, and I will